Hello everybody, welcome back to this week's devlog. I wasn't able to get the UI in like I wanted, but let's talk about what I did accomplish. The first thing was the joystick controls. I know you can't see it, but the game finally controls with the gamepad. This is really simple because the controller class was already built, and it was just a minor insertion of some code. But the way how Unity handles joystick input is annoying. I hate having to fill out that Unity input thing, but now that it's done, I'm not going to look back. The next thing that was done was collision with enemies. This took a bit more effort. I initially tried using Unity's built-in collision system, but eventually decided to create my own using raycasting. It isn't too different from what I've done previously, so it wasn't complicated. Once that was in, I had to add in the hurt and death state for the player. Not too much work there either, but I did have to make some additional edits to my code to ensure that the player couldn't control the character after he died. The only difficult part here was making the player transparent while still recovering. The issue with Spine is that the character is made from overlapping pieces. When a section overlapped, it was darker than it was in the surrounding areas, showing the signs that it was an obvious rig. After some reading, I was able to fix this by using one of the additional classes included with Spine, turning the player sprite into a single texture, followed by making that texture transparent. It wasn't complicated at all, but it's just that you don't know what you don't know until you get to the point where you don't know it. Get it?
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
What?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, mother.
After it was exported, I also had an issue with the shader regarding the texture, but that was just me needing to include the shader in the always include shader list. The last thing that I did was implement pausing. For this, I created a game manager class that manages the state of the game. Inside of the game state manager is a paused boolean. Each frame we check to see if the game is paused. If so, we don't update the gameplay elements. Inside of the player class, we check if the pause button is pressed. If so, we pause the game. For next week, I'm going to implement the UI that I was unable to implement this week. I'm also going to add at least 2 abilities, the slide and the air slam, as well as 2 defensive moves, the ground shield and the air shield. The ambitious me also wants to add in a dash and a dodge, but I'm not going to push it, so if it can't get done, it's not going to get done. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for your time, everyone, and thanks for watching.